if you're listening to this, you are listening to our main feed. You know, if you guys want to listen to this feed without ads, go to Patreon.
You have to listen to our Patreon. That's where we're talking shit. That's where you're hearing the real sex stories. You're getting our real life. If you want to have fun whatsoever, it's like $5, you stupid pigs. Just fucking sign up for it.
That's so true. And also, thank you for signing up for it, and in a kind way.
Or I don't care about it's kind or not, but if everyone keeps signing, we'll post pictures of our dicks, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
I'll give it 8. And if
it's
actually,
not fraud if
we reach 100,000 followers on Patreon, I will show whole.
If we get enough, we don't even have 100,000 people listening to the episode, but if we get there, we'll show whole. We'll show Colton's hole.
Yeah.
And Dylan will take his shirt off.
I will not take my shirt off unless I'm making millions of dollars.
100,000 subscribers is $500,000.
Actually, that is true. If we're making that kind of money, the surgeries are already done. Okay. Please, I need my loose skin surgery. Please sign up for the Patreon. If you guys don't do this, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
That's so true. Sign up for the Patreon. Yeah, we have 2 series on there. It's the Lost
They
Boys.
can find it there.
No, but
the Lost Boys.
We're doing the Lost Boys series. So
if you bomb this, which you did not, you'll be on the main feed. The Lost Boys is everyone who's ever bombed this podcast. We put it up so you can watch them humiliate themselves.
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard, dude. That's such cunty gay guy shit to do that.
We're bullies.
Oh man, you guys are such little bullies. I love it.
Okay. Fine, sign up. Thank you.
Oh.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.
No, like wild.
You did a seance?
Oh, I did shrooms.
Oh, okay.
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring shrooms here.
So fast.
Did you bring shrooms here?
How did I what?
So fast.
They just live in my freezer.
You didn't bring them here? Because last night you did say you were gonna.
I
bring shrooms
rushed.
here.
I was rushed.
You're not. You're actually late.
I know. I was rushed.
Okay.
A seance.
What happened was we went to New Orleans, and he got a reading, and his was like really good, and I was like, I should get one too.
Well, we did
Good, like you've accurate to fit your personality, or like good news is ahead of you.
Well, are we on?
Mostly that.
Jimmy.
We roll.
Not that it matters. This is all probably gonna get cut out. We don't really start. We just kind of have fun or whatever. But yeah. I was like, I identify as a witch, so I was like, I want a tarot reading, mostly because I like when I'm getting tarot readings and they're like, you have the ability of magic, and I just like when they say that to me. You know what I mean? And she didn't say that, but
You want to hear you have superpowers?
Yeah. Oh, I'm always. Sometimes they'll be like, "You are obviously a witch," and I'm like, "Thank you for recognizing me." And game recognizes game. But I got one.
But they have said that he's been a witch in every other life except this one.
I did have a witch one time tell me, she was like, "You have had alchemy in every single one of your lives except for this one due to bad behavior with it in your last." And
I
was
can see that.
Everyone can.
You can't be trusted. No. You really can't be trusted with superpowers.
100. I love that. That's so straight of you to call witchcraft superpowers. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the elements of witchcraft. But
like casting spells.
Yeah. Oh, I'm constant. But she was like, "You can access it if you want." I go, "I know." And so I was getting the tarot card reading, and she was like, "Let's do career first." She was like, "We'll do career and we'll do love." And we do career, and she pulls. She goes, "Oh my god." She's like, "Is this the best your career's ever gone?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "It's just gonna get better." She's like, 3 months, 6 months, all this stuff. She's like, "It's gonna be all this crazy stuff." I go, "Now let's do love." And she goes, "Okay." She goes, "Now Dylan's love," and she goes, "Not good." She goes, "I think you should focus on career." I go, "Okay, thank you so much." But then I feel great about it because she was like, "In 3 months, you won't be waiting tables anymore." I go, "That's what I wanted to hear."
That's great.
Yeah, so very excited
This
for that.
sounds pretty accurate, to be honest with you.
No, I
Not to
agree.
say that you won't find love, but I mean, this does sound accurate.
I don't care about love as long as I become famous.
If I was gonna guess which one happened first, you're crushing it in your career. You're gonna find like your soulmate.
Yeah.
I would say the career seems like it's
She did actually say,
faster.
she did say, she was like, the reason
you-
you're not gonna find someone is that the guy that you're gonna like be with is going to be already at the level that you're trying to get to, so you can't meet him until you get to that level. And so I was like, oh, I love that like my man's a high achiever, but
Wow.
and
She
then
just looks at you and goes, "Are you fucking without going on any dates?"
she flips it over.
Called you a whore?
She flips it over. She goes, "Is your apartment the suck shack?" I go, Wait a minute. How did you know that? She did say one thing that she was like talking about a guy I had seen kind of recently in the past, and I was like, she's like, have you talked to him recently? I was like, yeah. I go, but he's dating somebody new, and she just whispers, she goes, he doesn't love that person. I go, okay, well, let's not say that. They look really happy on Instagram. Let's not comment on their relationship.
She's trying to turn you into a monster.
Yeah, and
she's like, you're gonna be famous. He doesn't love that person. She's just feeding your ego.
He was
dude.
like, that stupid bitch. Yeah, she doesn't fucking love it. But
Do you have her Instagram handle? I need to slide in her DMs and fucking warn her.
But also, I want to say that our readings are very different because mine was at a witch store. Now, Colton doesn't believe in this stuff, and we're walking on the street and we see a black woman with on a side table, like with a tarot pimp next to her, and kind of
Who is like
or maybe her
straight
husband.
straight up Jamaican? Just go. You wanna read him, boy?
So we walk past, and Colton
Let me
knows all
read
the
his
good stuff
cards.
about my career, and he's like, I should get one too. I was like, yeah, you should. So a completely different experiences. She only takes cash.
Yeah.
Me thinks you're gonna be famous. Me thinks you live in the sock shack. Me thinks.
Rude boy for real.
Yeah, you're a
son.
rude boy for real.
Oh, he just is Rastafarian.
So you sit down, and what happens? By the way, mine was cards. Yours was
Cash.
No.
I got.
No.
I thought you said you paid by card.
No, mine was like tarot cards, but yours
Right,
was.
I got tarot cards too.
But didn't she start with human bones?
Yes, she started with human bones.
Human bones.
Yeah, she's like you.
So he was a tarot pimp, for sure.
Well, he was on the side.
Okay.
He was on the side. This witch,
Human bones.
she's kept on being like, I need to get ready, just 5, 4. Oh, I need 5 more. Like smoking her cigarette. Just 1, 2, out Colton. I'm gonna get you, Colton, just like that. And then she has me chanting, and I didn't realize this, but apparently she had me say a phrase. It was like storm spirit in the wind, but Colton or something like that. And apparently, as she was saying it, I was just doing her voice to her.
Did you make an accent?
Yeah, like a dad in a
walked
Chinese
by.
restaurant.
Where do you think she got the bones from?
Well, didn't she say she dropped all the bones and she goes, that one's a child bone?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did it Irish.
It's like she's going to like a
God,
medical
potatoes,
research
this is-
facility.
Yeah.
She's going to like
yeah.
a med school.
So she
just
starts
asking for
off by
spirit
being like, oh, uh-oh, Damon just walked in. And I was like, who's Damon? He was like, oh, it's another name for the devil. But it's not bad. Like, he can sometimes be helpful. And then she proceeded to tell me that all my enemies are about to die.
Really?
She goes, the flower moon is now, and your enemies are going to die. And I'm like, who the fuck are my... Like,
I was going to say, do you have enemies?
I don't think I
Yes,
have
he
any.
has enemies.
But, like, I don't think about them.
Okay.
I think people think Colton is an enemy, but he doesn't respect them enough to call them an enemy as
There
well.
it is.
There
it
Like
is.
someone-
I can't see you having. I can see you having enemies.
Really?
Not like real enemies, but I could see you being other people's enemy.
Oh, I love that.
Wait, who?
Should I say the name? Kai Krebs? For
Oh.
what?
Bleep that.
Should we?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I
Yeah.
don't even know who that is.
Well, his name is Kyle, but he hates that name, so we shortened it up to Kai.
Okay.
And I hate that.
And
just
also,
made fun of his
it's
name?
crazy because Colton has not spoken or seen him in, 3 years? So it's crazy that he's still
At
an
least.
enemy that he
At
gets talked
least.
about on the podcast.
Absolutely true. That's
this a
so true.
comedian?
Which is why I was like, there's no way that this witch was talking about
Kai
him.
Krebs.
There's no way.
So poor guy's getting croaked.
Right. It makes,
Do you know someone named Kai Krebs?
I've seen it as a past life, or maybe just like 3 years ago.
Me
You
thinks
gotta
his
get
real name Kyle.
retribution. Yeah, so then she kept on going. I can't remember a lot of it because I was very focused on this enemy thing. And
Okay.
so she said that my spiritual veil had an eye like covered up, and I needed to figure out a way to get out of that. And I was like, how do I do it? She said seance. And I go, how do I do that? And she goes, no help. You need to go and do this by yourself and just light a light candle and kill that enemy. And I was like, why? It was like that $1 million bucket thing. It was like, if you open this $1 million case, somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, light a candle.
Damn. You don't give a fuck about Kai, dude. You let him go.
Well, I didn't think it was him.
Okay.
And so then I was like, oh, it's like my self-saboteur. So I did shrooms at like midnight last night and went for a walk underneath the full moon. And I'm just like, Tequila Steve is my self-saboteur. It's when I drink tequila, I turn into Tequila Steve. And so I saw in the full moon, a frog.
A frog?
Yeah, a frog.
The moon looked like a frog?
No, like it was really cloudy and the clouds were going over the moon. And like as I looked up, like just a full frog was there. And I was like, well, pretty good sign, I probably.
What does the frog mean?
Well, I googled it this morning.
The frog means nothing.
I googled it this morning, and it means it's a new life. I swear to God.
Wow.
Oh, the frog meant something. I take back all the shit I just said. The frog meant something.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, this is such like a himbo trip. This is such like you're a good looking guy. That's such like a good dude. Dude, they were like frogs and fucking, bro, they were like puppies. And like, that's, in my mind, I'm like, damn, this is like a hot jock trip to be like, holy shit, there's frogs, dude.
And then like there's like 10 guys with Speedos. They just kept on saying like, nice body.
It really is nothing more embarrassing than like a hot ripped dude tripping and having like a spiritual experience. It's like you're humiliating yourself. They never have anything good to say ever. They're always just like, it's all about family. It's like, well, you actually, you get into fights a lot, so you should deal with the issues.
Dude, I was saying this on a pod the other day that like when I meet like my least favorite type, you might not like this, of my least favorite genre of human being is like Southern frat dudes.
Really?
They're so obnoxious. It's very
I
like,
love them.
I'm the fucking man. I crush pussy. My boys rule. Fuck you. You're gay. I'll fuck your bitch. Like, that's like
Don't
the vibe.
talk about us that way. This is literally us you're talking about. And those are our brothers who let absolutely rip us apart, okay?
No, the problem is that it's like a bachelorette
I don't mean to
party.
insult the patrons of the Suck Shack. I didn't mean to cross a line here. But I can't believe those guys. When I hear those guys do psychedelics, it's so funny to me. I'm like, it's so funny that like you tripped acid or mushrooms and just this is the end result. Like you grew 0%.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny to like go on a 16-hour acid trip and then you come out being like, I still crush pussy. I'm the man. Like your ego died 0%. It just stayed right there. It's just full resistance.
It's just Joe Begley.
I think that person sucks from the outside, but it's like a bachelorette party. If you see a bachelorette party, they're annoying. But if you're in the bachelorette party, you're like,
This is the best night of my life.
this is best. Like I can do whatever I want. No one can tell me no. And
Except
like,
the bride, and then they usually get into fights in the middle of the street where they're like, I didn't even want to fucking come. And you're like, okay, well, you're here, so let's put a party face on.
put a party face on.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Everyone talks about like the bachelorette parties are like they're the enemy of comedy kind of, and they're bad to be in an audience, but I'm also like, they're having fun. Like they should just have not come here.
Yeah.
Go do.
Yeah.
You don't want people telling you about yourself. Like you want. If
Yeah,
you're on
but
a
they
bachelorette
also
party,
like to get ripped apart.
You think so?
They're-
Well, they just
fun.
like attention. So it's like they think because they have so much attention on the bride and it's their night or whatever, they can't conceive that other people are in the room and enjoying their time, and that's not about them. So it's usually just a huge issue. But I feel like I never see bridal parties at comedy shows. I think they've kind of learned their lesson.
They might have. Yeah.
Yeah.
There might have been a
I think they're
posting
still going to
online
gay
about it.
bars. It's
But we don't go to gay bars.
Bachelor parties come a lot.
You don't
the
like
dudes. They
Yeah.
definitely go to comedy shows.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
to
yeah.
the strip club immediately after.
But those are men, and they're welcome at the show. No, we don't go to gay bars.
Why not?
Well, I don't drink.
That's right.
And
Why don't you go to gay bars?
Because he doesn't have any other gay friends but me.
Because I don't really know why we're there.
Like you feel like you can get laid without having to go to a bar with a bunch of gay guys?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So it's unnecessary.
So that's why you go to bars is to get laid.
No, but I felt like that was the reason for gay bars is it's like a meeting place for people to. I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of guys. I'm like wifed up, but I feel like a lot of guys go out to drink to get laid. So
That
if there was
makes
a bar with
sense.
all gay guys,
But also, I think that what gay bars actually are is like, and it's not the same as straight bars. It's like more of a community. It's for gay people and trans, all those people, I guess. But I think we're our brain. I'm like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong word. It's like I'm literally turning into like a straight white man. Like I don't want to fuck up. But
LGBTQ cool guy.
yeah, the Alpha Mafia, you know. But I don't talk like that. But I do think that gay bars are not for where our brains are melted from doing comedy. So it's like you go, our culture is comedy. So it's like if we go to a gay bar, it's like that's their culture, and it's like it's hard to kind of be like, okay, great.
It feels like
now I'm
an
here.
outsider.
You've been
we
out of
feel
the
like
game
outsider.
too long when
Yeah.
it comes to gay bars.
Yeah. We need to be like reintroduced.
I feel
Maybe
you.
reintroduced.
Yeah, well, it's usually like 17 faggots being like, "Oh, girl." And their idea, it's kind of like, you know, like straight non-comic guys, their idea of comedy is quoting movies to each other. It's the worst. And so in gay bars, they're still men, so it's the exact same thing. They're just quoting RuPaul to each other and like other quotes they heard black women say.
Yeah.
So, but we do comedy, so we're like, this doesn't interest me, and it's
so
not
true.
original.
I worked at a place with nothing but gay dudes, and they were awesome and funny. But they did talk like black chicks, and they were all white. They're all gay white guys,
Yeah.
but they did kind of.
They're nailed. They're out to
honey, blah, 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 like very like Southern black lady drawl. They're gay white guys in New York City.
Yeah.
But they had full like auntie cooking up at the barbecue energy.
Baby.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my favorite thing about in New Orleans is everybody's like, "Thank you, baby."
Yeah.
I was like,
That was
"Yes."
nice.
I love it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if they're just like doing that just for me.
No, they probably do it to everybody.
Okay.
I'm with you. I don't like going out to get pussy bars anymore. I hate the bars where guys go to get laid are the worst bars. I hate them.
Yeah.
I want to go to, if it's not somewhere where I'm doing stand-up, if I just want to get a drink, I'll shoot some pool. I want there to be like 11 sad dudes in there and like a nice jukebox and a couple pool tables. I
Yeah.
really
No
don't want there to be
women.
women there. I don't like it.
No, that's my kind of gay bar.
Yeah, yeah, we
Actually,
like that.
actually, that is my kind of gay bar because there is some guy in there be like, I'll try it out.
try it.
I'll try
I'll
it
try
out.
it.
All right, you guys, you don't know how sad I am. I'll try anything.
My type of straight guy is the guy that's like, oh, a mouth's a mouth. I'm like, I love that.
Bisexual?
That's not real, but
He's
no,
been
it's real,
attacking
it's
my
real.
bisexuality the entire
well, that's
road
Are
trip.
you bisexual?
No, he's
See?
not.
See? But I looked at the Starbucks lady and I thought, I'd do it.
I know. Well, we were talking about this yesterday about would we actually have sex with a woman, and I think the only problem I have two problems, and I said this yesterday in the car, which is one, I would have sex with a woman, but I don't want to be responsible for the emotional needs of a woman, so already I'm like kind of out. And then two, I wouldn't want any of my hometown girls to ever think that I would be interested in them or have ever been interested in them. So that's my only problem.
Why do you think they would bite on that?
No,
No,
but I just don't want any awkwardness.
Okay, you want to just stay friends.
But yeah,
Well,
because they've
because
always
the
been
amount
like, Dylan's gay, you know, and then it's like, well, I fucked a woman. It's like, well, what does that even mean? You saw me naked 100
Yeah,
times.
I changed in front of you.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's really more about the emotional needs of a woman. I feel like you have to be more tender in a way with guys. You're kind of just like, all right, that was fun. Like, get the fuck out of my apartment. You can't really say that to a woman.
That sounds great. Have you banged a lady since you came out of the closet?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a threesome, a foursome.
Yeah, there were 3 guys.
That does not count. That sounds like she was interrupting something.
She really, to be honest, we do wish she wasn't there.
I love that you're like, oh yeah, dude, I crushed pussy in a gangbang with 12 dudes.
Well, I mean, the other 2 guys, my husband and this Australian man, were very much in a different room at one point. It was a long night.
Okay, all right. You were doing more straight sex than they were.
No, they were just
Yeah.
gossiping in the bed.
How did you meet?
And where did they go? Nothing to do. They weren't having sex at all.
I think Chip hates me.
They're literally both just braiding each other's hair. Like, when are our husbands coming back?
Do you think you have a ratio? Maybe you're like 85 gay, 15 straight, or something like that.
I think also it just feels more complicated with women. I think.
You have to care about their feelings.
Yeah.
I need to stop saying that. I care about men's feelings as well.
It's also harder to fuck women. I mean, it's not that hard, but I feel like it's easier to bang dudes. But maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like you have a good voice, and women love that.
I have a good voice?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
thanks.
I thought you meant figuratively.
What does that even mean
You're
figuratively?
you're a voice of the people. A
Oh
voice
no,
of
I'm not
the-
saying you're like Lena Dunham and Girls. I'm just saying that a voice of a generation. I meant your actual speaking voice is like
sounds
deep
good.
and
no,
it
I
sounds
always
good.
when I was single, I had no trouble there, but
Yeah.
like I also think that I had to accrue a skill set.
Yes.
There's a skill set, but I
Yeah.
guess the skill set with dudes is you got to be kind of shredded.
Well, that's the difference, I think. Guys, like for
That's
example,
pretty hard. Being as good a shape as you takes work.
When
But
you-
so does learning how to like
What about me?
charm a woman and not offend her, but be like
but Luke, when you were going out to hit on
You
girls, you
work
wouldn't go
way
to
harder than I
clubs.
did.
You would go to like bars.
yeah, I was a bar
Because you
guy.
need to talk. To,
yeah,
to
no,
hook.
a club neutralizes any skill I have.
But that's the opposite
I'm
for gay men.
5'8". I'm short. I'm not good at dancing.
You're 5'8".
I'm like 5'9", but I'm on the cusp of 5'9".
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a short
yeah.
guy, and I'm not good at dancing. A nightclub completely nukes every one of my skills. So I need to be in a bar where I can be heard. You're exactly right. And like
That
with
makes sense.
hitting on women, it's a lot of innuendo. I feel like with guys, I would imagine. I don't know.
Wait,
Can
wait,
you be?
try it out. Try it out on me.
Yeah, you're into the woman.
I'm the woman.
Okay. Do it to him.
Oh God, I haven't done this
I'm
in a while.
so thirsty.
Oh God,
He already
I'm
hates
walking
you.
away.
Come back.
No.
Come back. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm thirsty.
Why don't you drink some water? This sounds very. This is a very
forgot.
annoying.
I forgot.
A very like what do you have to? You gotta. There's push pull with women.
Yes.
There's push pull.
Should we do it with guys now?
Okay, well, it feels like a real big failure on the women one.
You made yourself very annoying.
yeah.
I like you better as a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you became high maintenance very quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because I like to be taken care of.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I'll do
Be a
it.
normal girl. No, your face is bitchy.
Yeah.
Like immediately, if you start going like, guys, girls, if you're listening, guys don't want this.
What?
They hate this.
What?
I would like notice something about what a girl was wearing.
Okay, yeah,
and
I'm
then
just talking to my friends, and then you notice something. I want to fucking dance so hard. I'm gonna fucking dance.
Is that a basketball
All
shirt
night.
you have on? That's what I would say.
Don't
Something.
interrupt us.
No, it's okay. Yes, it's a basketball shirt.
Colorado. Were you big fan of Colorado football? What's going on?
Yeah, I love basketball and Colorado football.
You like sports.
Yeah, well,
How's your jump shot?
Well, that's why I bought it.
What's your jump shot?
How's your jump shot?
I would say I about 50-50.
I think I would swat your ass. I think I would cross you up. I think you don't have a basketball player's body. You have a nice body, but you don't have a basketball player's body. I think we got to get you in the gym.
That's a great line.
Yes. I would start making
You
it about.
get in the gym? No, you're gonna tell this lady you just met.
No,
that we
you don't.
need to
You don't
get
need to
her in
work.
the
You don't need to
gym?
work out. You have a fantastic body. I'm just saying. I don't know if it's a basketball player's body. I don't know if that you can handle a full game.
Why? Because I'm wearing knee braces? Is it because of the fucking
The
crutches?
first step
moron?
is that you are 300 pounds. We have to. We have to. That's not a
What gave
basketball
it
player's
away?
body.
Genius. Yeah, I can't walk. I'm in
I
a
would
fucking
like-
wheelchair.
What I'm saying is, the point
You're
here,
fully disabled.
you have to like go in, notice something about them, say something kind of cute that where you're busting their balls a little bit.
And then neg them.
Being
You have
like,
to-
you'd be
you have
like,
to say,
yes, you'd be like,
stringy hair doesn't
you'd be
always
like,
look good,
dude,
but you
you
pull
think-
it off.
You'd be like,
Stringy hair doesn't always look good, but you pull it off.
I didn't.
I love your alopecia.
What
She's
is
like,
that,
I
a
have cancer.
birthmark?
I have cancer.
Shit on your face.
It's hard to do it with you because I'm looking at a guy, so it's
Yeah.
hard for me to get like
Yeah.
horny. But I'm like,
I love that you're trying to get
I think
horny.
I think I'm not good at acting. Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's. But I would be like, if I'm imagining a girl, I'd be like, "What are you doing wearing a basketball? What do you think you think you could play basketball? I'd cross your ass up, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'd cross your ass up, and then she like you have to be silly and kind of mess with them, but not in like a mean way. And then you eventually
Does your-
slowly move it over to like sex. So you make a sexual comment. You're like, you got a nice ass. You could probably box someone out. You'd be good down on the post. I don't know about as a jump shooter though.
That's great.
Wow.
You do have game. Do you want to do guy?
Yeah, do guy now.
Say hi to me.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Do you like to get your cock sucked?
See, that's way easier. That's way easier. Dude, if you walked up to a woman and said something like that, they'd call the police.
For sure.
You would go to prison.
What would get your cock sucked mean?
Do you like to
I
get
think
your
it's
pussy licked?
Yeah. Would
Oh,
you say
that's
that?
gross.
Just
Pussy licked.
You shouldn't say that to a woman. She's a lady. You like to get licked up.
Also
Scott?
licked. I don't feel like,
I don't like the
maybe
word
like eaten up.
Like when my girlfriend worked at a comedy club as a waitress in New York
Classic.
on Thursday nights, and she was a journalist, but she only worked there Thursday nights, so I would come back on Thursdays. I came back one time, I was hitting on her, and then she was like, she's like, I don't want to give you my number yet, blah, blah, blah. I'll come back next week. And I came back next week, was hitting on her again. And then she said, come back next week. And I was like, look, you're 2 Thursdays cute. You're not 3 Thursdays cute. So either you're going to give me your number or I'm not coming back. And then she was like, okay, I'll give you my number. And that's how it worked.
I love that you got that with women. It's like you just gotta break down their self-esteem. Let them know that they're not worth a third visit.
Well, like,
Create a scarcity culture within them. Be like, I'm not coming back a third time.
I don't like the idea of, you're kind of right. I don't like the way it sounds. But it's also like, the other side of that is, I'm not fucking penciling you into my schedule every week if you're not going to give me your phone number.
Yeah, what is she trying to do? Convert you to Judaism?
Yeah,
Come by
thank you.
3 times?
That's what I'm saying.
Time.
This is what I'm saying. That's basically, that was the message I was getting across.
Yeah.
But she liked it. It was like kind of, she thought it was like a sexy little line. to
2
drop.
Thursdays cute is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a
Fun.
fun way to say. Yeah.
Fun.
But she worked at a comedy club, so theoretically you had to be at a comedy club anyway on Thursday.
That would be my biggest problem. Like, what? You don't get booked enough here? Why aren't you coming back? What's your fucking
Put me on the
problem?
weekend shows. These shows are for fucking losers.
This
is the weekday. This is the B team over here.
Yeah, that's the B
I'll
team.
be here on Saturday. Huh. And have you been out in Austin yet? Because you just moved here.
Yeah.
Where you go?
Like bars wise?
Yeah, where you going? What are you doing?
I like Casino El Camino. I like this bar on the east side called La Perla. It's a little house.
Yeah.
It's owned by these Mexicans, and they just run a tiny dive bar
know
out of a
exactly what
tiny
you're talking about.
house. And they just, the beers come in coolers. Everything's $4. They got a pool table, one TV.
cool.
They play basketball.
I think I've been
It's
there.
nice. La Perla rules.
It's a Splash Weekend here, Memorial Weekend.
What's
you know what
Splash
that?
Weekend?
It's the second biggest gay festival in Austin.
There are gay guys here?
A lot.
Okay, I gotta get on the apps. I'm trying to go on more dates.
Are you?
I am. Well, I'm trying to go on dates because I wasn't going on dates before.
So
and
you're
now-
gonna download Grindr to go on a date?
No, I'm gonna download.
Bumble?
No, that's for women. Tinder probably.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I won't do it.
I was talking to a guy in the crowd the other night, and he was saying he uses Tinder more than Grindr. Is that a
Well,
thing?
Grindr's really for like sex.
Now. It's for now.
It's for now.
Okay.
You horny now?
Sniffies.
Yeah.
I don't use
Sniffies is like immediately now. It's actually about
Sniffies
30
is-
minutes ago.
There's an app called Sniffies.
It's a website, and which is really a bad sign when you don't have
You
an
have an
app.
app?
No.
It's because the Apple won't let them on the App Store.
Well, because
Oh,
people are posting photos of their hole and saying my door is open, anyone can come by, and that's.
It's just the most down bad gay guys possible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sick.
Nice. Have you
you-
used Sniffies?
No, I've never. It scares me.
Okay.
I use Grindr only.
I
but
opened
the
s-
exact same way as Sniffies. But yeah.
I opened Sniffies while I was driving once. I got a message that was like, "Are you here at the Motel 6?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "No, why?" He's like, "I can't find this room. Want to come dumpster this bottom with me?" I was like, "Nah."
I hate when
There it
that-
is. I'm gonna keep driving.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be texting and driving anyways.
I saw a thing online that one time was like, if you ever see a gay guy at an apartment complex that looks really confused, go help him out. He's looking for his Grindr date. He's lost.
Yeah. I feel like I want to go do something for Splash Weekend, but I don't want to go to the gay bars. Do you want to go wingman with us?
Wingman you with dudes?
Yeah.
I don't. Would I be good at that? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I
You
don't
don't
think
have a
so.
basketball body. But
Like,
I'm
did
like,
you-
bro, you do have a basketball body.
No, those guys do look like
Yeah,
basketball
yeah.
players. Guys at a gay bar,
Oh yeah.
they have the same body as fucking Kyrie Irving. Those guys are ripped.
Who?
Basketball player.
Okay.
I
was
remember
gonna-
when you did our pod, you were like, "Do you guys like basketball players or like athletes the way we like actresses?" I've never heard that comparison before.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, "Do you obsess over athletes the way we obsess over actresses?" The answer is definitely yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like constantly thinking about Kirsten Dunst. I'm like, look at the way she moved her face.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Luka Doncic for most of every day for the last like 3 weeks.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
He's a basketball player from
Well, I assumed so.
Slovenia.
From
He plays for the
Slovenia?
Dallas Mavericks.
I would
Are
let.
they still in the
Yes,
tournament?
They are.
Colton, you would like Kyrie. He is a black Israelite.
No, I know. I
Black
actually.
Israeli. He's also he does seances. He's
Yeah.
a hippy dippy guy. He's
Hippy
a woo-woo.
dippy?
Like a woo woo guy.
Suwu guy.
No, not Suwo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, wait, he's into Black Israelites and magic.
Yeah, well, he like wears like a fucking dream catcher earrings, like, and he's all like
Is he
about
straight?
peace and love. I mean,
I don't think that straight men should be dealing with dream catchers.
I'm kind of in agreement, but he's so nasty
Kinda.
on the basketball court. I kind of let him.
He
get away
still
with what he
plays?
wants. He's so good.
Huh.
Really great. 24 points in the first half the other night.
Wait, so he's still playing
Yeah,
in the
he's great.
tournament?
Tournament?
That
He
is.
is still playing in the tournament.
Is that over yet?
No, there's 4 teams left.
But I will say,
Thanks.
I do
Gotcha.
think that I do think we.
That's also college. Or you're talking college, right? With the tournament?
I
my
think he
God, why
calls
are we-
everything the tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know,
playoffs.
the big,
Guys,
the
hey,
big
we
game.
don't know anything about this, so let's just
Playoffs.
please move on
Yeah.
from sports. We're not,
All right.
Who are we trying to impress?
Thank
The
you.
gay, the fucking faggots listening to this podcast.
Sorry, boys.
and the girls who are like don't realize we're gay. It's crazy.
Sorry,
we're talking
guys.
about
Sorry, ladies.
But I
My
do
bad.
think you're right. I think that we do look at basketball players and actresses the exact same way because I'm sure the only way you really consider actresses is whether or not you would have sex with them, and that's how I feel about basketball players as well. It's like I don't really care about their game, but I would let Jokic fucking rip me up.
Jokic, well, you got a specific type, dude. Damn, the weird 7'1" guy who loves horses.
He's like kind of ugly. I'm like, Jokic, come on, get over here.
He might have a piece on him. He's a big fella.
might, and then you know it's uncut, and I love that.
Oh.
I love it. I
For
want,
sure. He's from Serbia. He's from the hills of
oh,
Serbia.
dude,
He
beat the
is-
shit out of me.
I just Googled, I had to Google him. He looks like he grew too much and is now just like kind of.
Yeah, a lot of the guys in the
kind of
NBA are so
Frankenstein-y.
the guys in the NBA are so tall they have like stretched out face.
Nothing is hotter than me than a guy that has a fucked up face. I love that so much. I'm like, come over and kiss me, you fucking weirdo. You fucking you nasty fucking pig. Get over
Yeah,
here.
there is something about an ogre that I'm like, yeah.
Oh
bro,
my
let's go
God.
destroy the whole village.
Dude, I feel like my girlfriend likes this too, and it pisses me off because I'm the least ogre person. She likes like guys. She was like, I like a big nose. I'm like, I have a tiny nose. Why do you like big noses?
You're like, you like ogres. I'm an elf.
Yeah, yes. I'm way more elfy than I am ogre.
Yeah, I can see that. Like a cartoon elf, though. Not like a
dude.
dark elf.
Yeah.
I'd be like the squirrel in the cartoon. I got
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
squirrely
yeah.
thing
I
going
could
on,
see that.
think. She likes too many. But
Your
she doesn't
girlfriend's
like.
really pretty.
She's
I
pretty.
briefly walked by her and said, I've been in your apartment.
Yeah,
I kept
she
walking
loved
and go, that was crazy.
She loved that.
Okay, good.
Oh, she loves if people went over to our house or apartment and they thought it like the things were nice, the decorations.
Oh,
The
good.
I'm talking about like a fucking Christmas tree. The
Yeah.
things she puts on the walls.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
I'd pick it up and put it where it's supposed to go, but
How old are you?
29.
Oh, great. I forgot we're the same age.
She's
And
39.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
You little 5'8" king fucking your old woman. I love that so
dude.
much.
I'm fucking an old Latina, dude. I'm killing it.
She looks great. I mean, like, not whatever. People look great at all ages, but she really, I thought, was all of our same age as well.
Some people think she's younger than me, which is offensive, but also kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's offensive to who?
Me.
Oh, okay.
She's 10 years older than me. She looks like she's 3 years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you look old, though.
No, she looks great for 39, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
439.
Yeah, she looks great, period.
How'd you-
Don't fucking
how'd you
get me
meet
in
her?
trouble, dude. She's going to listen to this.
Yeah.
How'd you meet her?
I told you, she was the waitress. That's
Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever done anything gay?
No,
Nothing?
no,
Not even a little bit?
no. I mean, I guess, like, when you're a horny young guy, like, you jerk. My friend had a computer room where we would take turns jerking off in the computer room.
Take turns.
Yeah, we
Were
didn't.
you trying to find videos together and then kind of do your separate things?
We would he would go jerk off, and then I would go jerk off, and then after we would like compare notes, like what were you looking at? Oh, what were you looking at?
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you?
And then you
how
both
did
are
you
hard.
touch yourself?
How did I touch him? I just
Those are the notes I'd be asking.
yeah. I mean,
Show me how you touched yourself.
it was like being like a criminally horny 14-year-old boy, and
Yeah.
being like, dude, what were you looking at? I
Yeah.
saw one with she had huge tits.
No, huge.
Yeah.
Cut to me and Colton were all like, we were watching the two guys.
Have you had straight guys come on here and admit to gay stuff? Comics are kind of open about it, though.
There's a thing in the Austin comedy community where there's a lot of straight men that like to get butt fucked by trans women.
This is just a comic thing. It's huge in New York too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I think they're, yeah. And that's beautiful. And,
Comics love trans women.
yeah.
Straight comics love. If there's any trans women listening, you could clean up.
Yeah, I think they do.
Just go to a comedy
I think
club
they do,
and
yeah,
clean
yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just that the comics are actually talking about it. I feel like it's actually a big thing everywhere.
I think comics are more open in general because I feel like I heard this one time, and it's like anytime you're around a group of comics, it's like you can never say anything too crazy because as a comic, you like know somebody who did something crazy, or you did something crazy, or a friend of a friend, so nothing is really shocking anymore.
Yeah.
So I think we're just more open to that kind of stuff.
I also think comics have problems, and some comics' problem is like horny to the point. Yeah, horny to the point where it's a borderline ruining their life. And I think when you're that horny, you're into women and dudes and trans women and trans guys. Like, you're into everything.
My straight friend is saying,
pansexual.
That's not real. But so that is...
Well, that's what... Somebody asked me if my roommate was gay, and I was like, no. But would he because he's so fucking horny?
Yes.
I think he might.
No, I'm coming across these guys more and more.
Just like, yeah. I asked a guy... So my dad called me up and was like, I have something you could talk about on the podcast. And I was like...
No.
He goes, you know how, like... guys that are homophobic, and I go, he goes, that they jerk off, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, touching themselves so gay. And I was like, I've had this conversation with a friend of mine, and he goes, no, dude, that's why I use a pillow. So he fucks his pillow.
That's
gay and
Dude,
jerking
that's
off.
exactly what I said.
Yeah, to be thrusting, to be like, I look so fucking good fucking this pillow is like, okay.
Also, what did you do with the pillow, and like, was it my pillow? No, my pillow from Fox News, not my pillow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's touching your own dick. It's good that it's good that when I was younger I couldn't suck my own dick because I feel like I would have done it.
You did?
I did.
You're flexible enough to suck your own dick?
I was.
That's insane.
But you're just like suckling on
I thought that was for like gymnasts.
I was full on. I think my nose touched my balls.
That's really bad, Colton. You shouldn't be deep throating your own dick.
Well, that's when I learned. At that point, I was like, actually, that's probably where I learned to suck dick because I was using a lot of teeth back then.
I'm impressed with the flexibility.
When I was in high school, we would debate.
I was a young, flexible boy.
Every single day in high school, we debated whether or not it was gay to suck your own dick if you could. And I think we landed on it's not gay, but if you come inside your mouth, it is.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's the rule.
That's a good barometer.
I think it is sort of gay,
Do you
but
ever
I think I
taste your
would have
cum?
done it. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Ever? You've never done it?
No, 0 times.
You've
I do
never
not-
once tasted your cum?
No, I've
Hand
never
to
done
God,
it either.
Dude,
hand
You
to
never
God.
have either?
No, I
That
don't.
sample tastes every time.
A lot of people do this. This is
Crazy.
another thing I found out. I don't
You're
want it.
crazy.
You got to know, is your nutrition good?
No, what if you get a taste for it?
What?
That blows, dude.
It would ruin my marriage.
Oh my god, you're addicted to your own cum. So I think it's hot when like people like cum in people's mouth and then spit it into each other's mouths and stuff.
Snowballing.
Yeah, I think that's hot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, what? This is clip it.
Man, I was getting an image. It was really bothering me.
Yeah.
I was fucking rattling my cage, dude.
Yeah. At the suck shack.
What did
Suck check.
we say at that show? They were like they were doing licks and icks, and I was like, a lick is when guys spit in your mouth, and an ick is when they miss.
Yeah.
Missing's crazy.
Yeah.
You've had a missed mouth spit?
Sometimes guys don't know how to
That'd
spit
be so
properly. and they'll
Well,
be
if you're like, it's hard. Like, have you ever tried to spit in your pee stream?
Yeah.
No.
What? Where you're peeing?
are you not
and
exploring your body at
Wait,
all?
I feel like wait, you've never spit and try to hit the exact pee stream?
I'm not really exploring my body. That's just so you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I am. I will in sex with my lady.
Woman, yeah.
I'm pretty down for whatever, down for a lot. But like, no, I don't. I'm cool with like doing 4 things to myself. I don't want to do all these other.
And that's those 4 things are like nipple, clams, finger up the ass. Jerky to yourself. I mean, 4 things to yourself is crazy. Why don't you name them on the podcast?
I also think I'm past like my prime of jerking off and doing stuff with myself. That's very high school horniness.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, let's just.
Fuck.
This is a maintenance thing. It's like an oil change.
Yeah.
I don't want to be jerking off all the time. I have a serious relationship. We can fuck. If I got to get something out, let's do it there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be just jerking off in weird ways all the time. I'm too old to be doing that.
I actually agree with you. I respect that so much. I think that we're all, because I'm the opposite. I'm like getting into dangerous territories with my jerking off. I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah, there's a lady in the other room. If I want a finger in my ass, she'll do it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be putting my own finger in my goddamn ass.
Luke, do you know what gooning is?
I do. Yeah, this is like
I just found out about it.
we need to stop with the porn. The
I'm
porn's
addicted,
gotta, the porn's
I
gotta be
actually
real.
I'm
found-
addicted to gooning.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a problem. What were you
Do you have
saying?
problems coming with dudes?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
All the gooners.
I need to stop doing
The
it.
gooners can't come, dude, because
Yeah.
you're used to coming after like 10 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah. Okay. It's not normal. I mean, look, I don't know who you think you
What
are
do you
doing this
mean
podcast.
normal?
Look, I'm not trying to shame you, dude. I'm just saying. Yeah, I figured you had problems coming because I have friends that have problems coming, and at least half of them are gooning.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
gooning.
They're addicted to gooning.
I think the jerk off videos are interesting because if you do it at like a yoga walkthrough or a meditation where it's like you're doing it, what you're doing to yourself, what they're doing to themselves, you kind of like learn a whole new way of doing things, pacing, timing, all that stuff.
I don't really like. When I'm watching guys jerk off on the
All right, I
internet.
guess
I'm
I'm
not like.
fucking alone.
I'm not watching for like technique. I'm like, okay.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I just started, and it's like kind of fun.
Okay.
It's like you know when you're reading Shakespeare, it's like I breathe the same breath he wrote.
Yes, you said that the other day.
Yeah, it's like it's like cool that I'm experiencing with him, even though he was hundreds of years ago. It's the same thing about jerking off.
I agree. I have a question.
Okay, you like that he's having a good time? You're saying the guy jerking off? I don't think I understood the Shakespearean angle to the jerk off video.
He's having such a blast.
He's having a blast.
This guy really, he's fun. He's fun.
Well, in porn, when the dude comes, it is kind of the best part.
That's gay, Luke.
That's kind of gay.
It's really bad to say on the podcast. It's
I
going
know. I'm
online.
saying it on a gay podcast. I have no shame.
Yeah,
The cum
it's called the
part-
cum shot.
Yeah, the cum shot, whatever form of coming,
Yeah.
because you're putting yourself in his shoes.
Yeah,
You go, that's my favorite part.
I'm breathing the same breath he did.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is
breathing the same
Shakespeare.
breath.
It is. Yeah.
I did have a straight friend who recently said, he goes, I don't think that people are necessarily more gay or more into like straight men hooking up with gay men or trans women. It's not about actually being attracted to those things. He thinks that it's one, being addicted to porn, and then two, straight men no longer want to deal with the hassle of how hard it is to sleep with women, and they've figured out that it's easier to sleep with men.
Yeah, I am actually pretty much in agreement with that. Yeah.
I hear this from straight
Two
guys.
for two on both those angles.
I
yeah.
hear all guys all the time be like, they'll be like, I'll sleep with a woman if it's easy. If it's not easy, I'm not putting any work in. I
Yeah,
hear
but-
that all the time.
I'm going to defend the broads here.
Okay, no,
actually.
and I love that. And I'm a
gonna
girl's girl, so please do.
defend the clams here.
I think all of a sudden it's my cousin Vinny. It's like, okay.
defend the fucking clams here. No, it's, dude, that's, this, straight people have been fucking, it's never been easy to fuck women. You got to charm them. That's part of the deal. You can't just give up on that. That sounds like a 2024 porn addict mindset where you just want it now. And it's like, them not immediately sucking you off is not them being like annoying. That's never been the way it's been for us. There's never been just women that for free are like hot and like, let me suck you off.
Yeah.
Unless you're famous or like top 0.001 percentile good looking, that does not happen to you. You have to develop a little skill set. So to be too lazy to develop the skill set pisses me. I'm like, fellas, come on. Let's get a little
Plus,
gumption
it makes it a
here.
little bit more fun, the chase.
I agree with you, and I think that's my biggest problem is that I always, you know how like there are certain days in school that you missed and you'll never learn those lessons again.
Yes.
I think because I never had male friends until my 20s, I missed all those lessons, and now I don't have any game, nor do I know how to talk to men in a way other than like online.
Okay.
It's a huge issue.
I
miss those days in
because
school.
guys have to learn some degree of game if they're going to be good with women.
Or even with other guys where like out in public, like the only sex I have is from like the apps.
But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't
I'm
even
not
think
good at
that's
the
true.
apps.
I
I'm never
don't.
good at
I'm changing my whole game up. I just watched Tires with Shane, and he calls his friends gay, but I'm gonna do it in like a sexual way.
Call your friends gay.
I'm gonna tap him in the nuts. And go, want me to suck that for real? Like, dude, you look gay in that shirt, real gay.
That's so funny. No, half the guys would think it was hilarious, and half of them would be so uncomfortable. And I want to watch both reactions.
No, here in Austin, the guys are addicted to the gay attention to the point where it's actually a problem in our lives.
They love compliments, and no one's giving them to them.
If we don't, I swear to God, there
I
are
mean,
certain
these
guys.
guys-
I've stopped giving compliments to certain guys, and they'll be like, "I had a guy be like, how do I look?" And I was like, "You should stop that right now. You should stop that right now."
You've made them addicted to gay attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, they all are. Yeah. It's sad.
We bird feedered them.
No,
This
you
is all-
dentist them is what you did.
The Dennis method.
The dentist method. Separate entirely.
Dude, this is all straight guy incel shit. I'm telling you, this is like adjacent to straight guy incel shit, where they're so disconnected from women. Mm-hmm. They're like, because they don't get compliments from women.
Oh, and then you cut to me in the back of the creek. I'm like, oh my god, look at your shoulders.
They never get that from a woman ever.
I love doing that. God,
Yeah.
you're fucking massive, aren't you? They love it.
I did that to Kyle. I go, oh my God, that shirt. He goes, you don't think it's like unbuttoned too much? I go, I think you should unbutton it more.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, hell yeah.
We're gayifying the guys. You have to. Someone has to.
Yeah.
Someone has to compliment them. You're right.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a service.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing, you don't even necessarily need game. It's just like a numbers game. I've seen like dork comics that have just hit on every single woman that's come into the creek, and
Yeah.
it works eventually.
I want to
Yeah.
chat with my friends. I don't have all night to go through every guy at the bar.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I'll just hang out.
I always felt like that too when I was single.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not spending all night trying to get pussy. That's a waste of a fun night.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it for a little bit, but I also didn't like going out. I still don't like going out with dudes who that's their whole objective, because they take you to the shittiest bars and they don't participate in the activities, the pool, the darts, the shuffleboard.
Yeah.
These are important
We're here
activities.
to play the games.
Yes, we're here to play the games. We're here for part of this night is going to be
Yeah.
competition,
You
and
just-
you're ignoring the competition.
Yeah, you're just looking at him. He's like, you're here, but your brain's a million miles away.
Yes.
If I was a girl, I would be.
I'm like, you closed out 19 and you threw out 19 twice in a row because you're looking at the girl over there. Go talk to her, but this can't be the whole night.
Yeah.
You're fucking up the darts game.
My problem with hooking up is if I meet them here, logistically, what happens next?
What do you mean?
Right.
Such a far drive.
It's such. We're gonna drive 30 minutes to my house.
Oh, because you live far away.
Yeah.
How bad is the Uber? Is it brutal? Like price-wise?
$26.
That's enough to. That's worth getting laid.
You have been in New York for too long.
Also, Colton,
You think that's too expensive? You think that's
$26. I'm like, you're gouging us. You know what I mean? I don't like that.
that's so offensive to whoever you're talking to that their dick's not worth $26.
I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna
That's
suck
a
your dick for
Chipotle
26.
bowl with double meat, and you're like,
Oh,
too
those are New York
expensive.
City prices. It is not cost double meat here.
Wait, so you think I should drive them and then Uber them home?
No, they got to handle their own Uber home. I never Ubered girls home unless they were very hot, to be honest.
Right.
Or I needed them to get out of my apartment.
Yeah.
But other than that, the Uber there you handle, and then you find your way home. But in New York, it's also New York, because in New York I'm also like, well, if you want to take the train, you can take the train, and that's available to all of us. Or you can Uber yourself. Like, it's easier to pass the leaving transportation responsibility on them.
Right, but
When
why
it's-
am I getting an Uber if I have a car?
Oh, if you drove here, what's the problem with driving a guy back to your place?
It's 30 minutes.
But you got to go back there anyway.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you have to talk to him for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
in the car.
it's in the car situation where
And
I'm
he's like, what did you think of my set? You know, here we fucking go.
there literally is a glory hole in the bathroom. I mean, I feel like you could figure it out.
That glory hole was clearly made by a straight guy, by the way.
was made by
This is made by
Oh,
Colton.
you made it?
yeah, I made it.
Why is it this big, dude? Who's got a dick this big?
You can't have it that tight.
I thought the glory hole was supposed to be similar to the cock size.
What? Why?
That's the way it looks in porn. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I not?
Oh,
Maybe I'm uneducated on glory holes.
No, I mean, you don't want it too big where you're like literally seeing their face, but that's not a crazy size.
That is true, though. You don't want it too big where you see their face, because then you're like, oh, shit. Not you.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
The fun of it is that you have
But
no
you
idea
also
who
don't
it
want to
is.
like
Yeah.
graze
Chafing.
up against the wall.
Has that glory hole been used?
Not that I think just the
I
past
hoo
drugs.
those pig comics here at the Austin. I really hope not. I was just saying yesterday, I go, I thought that the glory hole would stop these pig comics from shitting in there all day long. And it does not. You still walk in there, two fucking animals shitting next to each other with a glory hole. You might as well hold hands while you do it. It's disgusting.
Dude,
It's disgusting,
Let me
Jimmy.
say something.
We're at a fucking comedy club. You're at work, and you have diarrhea because you eat food from the gas station. It is insane the way that you're behaving. And there's a glory hole next to your head. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you guys running bits by each other? It's sick.
Dude, coming down here, all the comedians are very nice, and it's such a good vibe. But I do love Dylan has such a you're so New York jaded. You're so East Coast like jaded and mean in this way that is so comfortable. The first time I met you, I was like, I love this guy because literally we were at a show and the show was a fun show, but all the comics had this energy of like, this is the greatest night of our fucking lives, and they were all talking like that on and off stage. And Dylan we hadn't even met. And you were like, oh my God, comedy's so fucking embarrassing. You're like, I can't believe I'm doing this with my life. And I was like, man, you're awesome. This is killer.
Well, it was because there was a huge crowd and everybody was bombing and like not doing. Okay, that's mean to say, but you know what? No one was doing that great. It wasn't great. I did great, but but that's natural talent, so you can't stop that. But thought it was gonna get a laugh, cut that out. And so
I want to talk shit with you about someone so badly that has to do with the two of us, but I don't think I could do it here.
Just say it and I'll
we'll
cut
bleep it out.
We'll bleep it?
Yeah, 100%.
I edit it.
So. We had Lisa Traeger on the podcast, and I went through all of the drama she's ever had in all of her podcasts for the last 10 years.
Was it Lisa? Was it a 7-hour podcast?
She was like, wow, you know a lot about me. I was like, yep.
There was a couple with Lisa where she's like, I hate this motherfucker, and you can leave that in the podcast.
Yeah. Wait, who you want to talk shit about?
Dude, we did a show the other night, and you crushed. I went up after you.
Wait, what show is this?
It was at a place in East Austin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you had a great set. I went up. I had a great set. We both had great sets. And then like on the next night.
Yeah.
That dude, she was like, oh man, the crowd, they were amazing for me. I felt bad for you and Dylan because they were like tightening up over like some of your stuff. Like I heard them like tightening up for both of you guys. But then by the time I got on there, they were just so perfect. I like felt bad that they weren't as good for you guys as they were for me. And I wanted to be like, Dylan's hilarious. I think I'm hilarious. You fucking stink. Like, Dylan crush, I crush. Dylan rules, I rule. You stink, and you're annoying. And it was pissing me off. I'm like, nobody thinks you're hilarious, and I guarantee you didn't do as well as either of us. What is, like, and I didn't even see your set. So you're not only, you're going, I did amazingly, better than you. They liked me more, just so you know. 24 hours later. Fuck off! Get away! Shut up, dude.
That is absolutely crazy. And I don't know what show they're talking about, but I know for 100% fact that I did better than them, as I do better than almost every single person at every single show. So, once again, thought I was going to get a laugh. Okay.
Fuck that shit, Dylan.
That's a classic experience you'll have with that person. And you also won't see them on every single person's shows because they annoy everybody.
That person has this vibe that there's very few of them left from what I can see here, but the people who are still on the keep Austin weird energy, I'm like, guys, you lost.
Yeah.
You lost. It was a blowout. It was an absolute blowout. Like, you didn't even come close to keeping Austin weird.
No, now it should be keep Austin fucking hot, okay? Anyone who's fat and ugly needs to get it together, okay? Because there's a lot of hot people here, and we're elevating.
Yes, which means we didn't keep it weird. No, they don't. And those people are still, like, you see, they're like 1% of the population now, but they're pretty exhausting. Agreed. And they're still like, Austin used to be amazing, man. And I'm like, dude, shut up. I don't care that, like, your fucking best friend had the first food truck that had kimchi taco. Like, whatever fucking thing you think is awesome. Yeah. I don't care. Like, also, I'm having a fine time. It's nice. Everyone's nice.
Right. Also, if it's so, whatever you wanted used to exist, just make it exist now or shut up.
Yes. Or move somewhere that's undeveloped and you and your friends can have fucking food trucks and banjo competitions and tattoo conventions and whatever you guys like. That's so weird. That was so weird that, like, we're all losers for not liking the exact same little subcultural things that you like.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? And I feel like maybe, are you from the East Coast? Mm-hmm. This narrative of, like, God, everyone's moving here and the city is changing is not something you hear on the East Coast. It's like, oh, you moved here? Great, welcome, or whatever. But, like, I lived in Portland and the West Coast and here, and it's this whole culture of, like, oh, everyone's moving here and things are changing. It's like, yeah, that's how cities work. People from smaller places move to cities, and that's how cities thrive.
But they're not used to it. When you are living in the East Coast and you have New York City, everyone your entire life has always dreamed about being Carrie Fisher and moving to New York City.
I love that you're so straight you don't realize it's Carrie Bradshaw.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Sure.
Who's
Carrie
Fisher?
Fisher
Oh,
is
that's
dead.
Layla. That's Princess Layla.
Yeah.
But, like, Austin, people didn't really move here until the past 3 or 4 years.
Almost like if you lived in the city and you thought it was great, did you think nobody else was ever going to find out that it was great?
Yeah.
Nobody was also going to think it was cool? Like, no, like...
Also,
Yeah.
this is America. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
I'm with
Okay,
you on
I
that
know,
one.
I'll
I'll
move
move wherever I
Yeah.
want, dude. What are you, the fucking mayor?
Yeah,
No, I'm moving.
Yeah, it's over. You
Yeah.
animal. This is the number one place for comedy is Austin, Texas. Yeah, pop, 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 and we're not fucking going anywhere.
Rent's going up.
Everyone's always like, it's so expensive. I go, you don't know what fucking expensive is. I just got a house for $2,300. We're each paying $765 with fucking lesbians, you pig.
You and me come down from the East Coast like cowboy gentrifiers.
Yeah. I think it's not gentrifying. There's no black people here. It's
That's
like,
the other thing. I do not feel bad for white people
Yeah.
who got gentrified. You're
Yeah.
white. You own zero property. That's your fault.
You're
you got
a
a 400 year
loser.
head start. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Like if you own no property and you got gentrified, you're white. No,
Stupid.
no. That's if you're black or Mexican. I'm like
I have to feel bad. That's the rules.
The obligatory. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That blows.
If
and I'm also like, if you're black or Mexican, you were also making awesome food in whatever that neighborhood was. You had little mom and pop soul food Mexican spots. They probably ruled, and now they're replaced by vegan restaurants. If you're a white person, I'm like, you weren't cooking well here anyways.
I've
before.
never once
Dude,
heard
it's cooking meth, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never once heard. It's never the black or Mexican people saying like, "God, Austin's changed." It's always the white people who are like upper middle class, being like, "Everything's changing," and it's like, "Yeah, well, you whatever. Who cares?"
Also, I've noticed a lot of lazy people in Austin that are bitching about like all these new people moving in, like comics that haven't written a joke in 4 years. That are like all these edgelord comics.
Oh,
It's
they
like no,
love
they have
calling us
punchlines.
Dude, that's everybody in New York does that. Everybody in New York is. There's a lot of insecure people in New York because this is a thing now, and they don't like that it's a thing. But they're always like, it's just a bunch of guys who want to say faggot. I'm like, I think Dylan's the only person saying faggot. I'm like, there's not that many people. Dylan and Colton say
We
faggot.
literally got in trouble in New York for saying faggot on stage from a straight comic. He went up after us and was like, "Sorry, I'm not coming up here and saying it all." It's like, okay, well, I mean, we're gay and we can say whatever we want. It's gross.
Yeah,
It's,
and then he
yeah.
proceeded to do like the most like hacky I'm Asian bits.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was like, dude, you're not even on the right side of your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
People are just jealous.
Yeah.
They're jealous
Jealous,
they're not
dude.
part of history.
Yeah.
They're gonna make documentaries about the Austin comedy scene, and these fucking idiots in New York or LA they're done. They're over.
Yeah, dude. We're taking over.
It's over. The only other thing I was gonna bring up is that last night I went to the food truck. I've been off my diet for almost a month, and I've been going to the same food truck. I think I have OCD, and so at midnight I also went for a walk to the food truck, and I walked up, and the guy was like, "Haven't seen you for a couple of days. Bad sign." And
Yeah.
then he was like, "Chicken tender plate," and I was like, "Yeah, it's really bad when they know your order."
How many? A whole plate? Sorry, I'm just wondering about this. Never mind.
A whole plate. Yeah, what do you That's what it's called, the chicken tender plate. I mean, what else would you want it to call it? It comes in a styrofoam box, and you get 5 chicken tenders, which I think is a great deal for $12.99,
That's a good
and
good
a
prices.
shit ton of tater tots that are super crispy. And then I get barbecue sauce and ranch, and I ate them all.
The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole.
Why'd you go off your diet?
Because it was in LA, and I was like, you know what, I might as well celebrate or whatever. So then I did that.
Nice.
And then I'm a food addict, so I've been off for 3 weeks, and I've been eating chicken fingers and tater tots every single night in secret.
What were your crosses to bear food-wise when you were fat? Like, what was your thing?
I ate an entire bag of Doritos in the car yesterday, which was a huge issue.
So you're still eating like a fat.
Yeah. I can't stop myself. I'm like, once I get one little taste, it's like Chinese food immediately. Yeah.
It was. He bought the big bag, and I was like, "Is that just for you?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "Okay."
And I was very nice. I shared some of them.
Yeah, I did.
And I
I had-
don't like to share food, and they didn't have the small bag of. I like the purple bag of the sweet and sour chili Doritos. I think they're the number one. They didn't have the small bag, and to be honest, I didn't look to see if they had the small bag. I just saw the big bag, and I said that one's gonna be for me. And I ate all of it while watching Bridgerton in the back of the car.
Nice.
Yeah. And now today I have to do 200 push-ups.
200. Wow.
Yeah, not at the same
Pretty
time.
great.
I can't do that, but
How many do you just do? 10 whenever you can think about it
you do 150 usually.
At a time?
at a time?
I run laps, and every lap I do like 12 laps, and then I do 13 push-ups.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Good workout.
That's what I'm saying. He works way harder than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
I
you got
started
the
in the
build
negative.
already though.
Yeah.
It's way harder to lose 300 pounds or whatever you lost. than
Yeah, well, I'm
getting-
really hoping to be 68 pounds by the end of the year. But that's just me.
That's just me.
Just like skin and bones. Like
What do you do in the gym?
He just kind of walks around and texts.
He doesn't understand things.
I've been to the gym with him. He's like texting
He
on the
doesn't
floor.
understand that if you're putting on muscle, you shouldn't be doing cardio.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying.
And I've been trying to put on about 15 pounds for fucking ever.
And you're lifting heavy.
Yeah.
When you're lifting heavy, you need time between sets.
No. I will walk by him at the gym, and he's like fully laying on the floor, like having a business meeting on his calls, like kind of looking at himself in the mirror. And I'm like, it's been 30 minutes.
No, sometimes I stretch.
Cut to me. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I do
on
a
the-
lot
I'm-
of. Oh yeah, let's talk about mobility. Lift your fucking. Do this. Put your knee
Whoa.
down.
I can't. I have my hip flexors are a huge issue.
Yeah,
but
I've
we
been
only
stretching too. I fucked up my shoulder because I just wasn't stretching.
Yeah.
I can barely touch my toes right now. I gotta get.
You gotta get
you
it.
have
I gotta do a
to.
whole
I'll
stretch
send you
thing.
some Instagram things. I usually
Yeah?
send them to him.
Yeah, you and Christoph need to get ripped quick.
That's
Yeah.
he's not. Gonna do
You're in
Christoph's
Austin,
not
you're in
gonna do it,
Austin
dude.
now, so you have to be. I was thinking about this a couple conversations ago. I was like, Austin is probably the hottest city I've been to because I was thinking about LA and it's like plasticky now.
Yeah, they're
like
like-
they used to be hot, but they're so insecure that they got work done and now they're not hot to me anymore. I feel like Austin's like a natural. I do ice baths hot.
Not the comedians.
Oh, there's some hot comics here.
There's some hot comics.
Yeah, White
Yeah.
Cam. White Cam's like a little
White
piece.
Cam
right?
had babyface, but
to
yeah.
me is gonna be hot in like 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna probably be like one of the hottest guys ever in 10 years. But right now, he's a little
White
more.
Cam's
like,
a little piece.
Yeah, he's like he could be a
Who
good
are
on
these
like a
hot
TV
comics?
show.
Am I not seeing them? Are they not funny?
I didn't say that, but
Well, you're gonna have to cut out two things.
I want to say this: the hot comics are here. We're not going to comment on whether or not they're funny. That they do listen to the show, and
Okay.
so we
But
only
there's
have-
some hotties.
Yeah,
Just some hot dude. I've not seen these guys.
we'll show you.
We'll show you.
them.
I'll send you some pics.
Okay.
Yeah. We only have 2 segments on the show.
Okay.
So the first segment is: Do
Do
you have any questions for us?
Is there a famous segment? Do you have any questions for us?
I don't think that's a segment. That's a segment of just asking you questions.
In case you were thinking anything and you wanted to ask us
Is there
anything, you
anything
could.
just like that you have on your mind that you want to ask us? So that's why we created the segment. Do you have any questions for us?
Do I have any question for you guys? Okay. Do you see yourself living in Austin long term? These are maybe questions I would ask you off the podcast.
5 years, maybe.
5 years? Where are you going to go? Where are you from?
Army brat.
That's right. That explains.
I could see myself moving to Denver.
Denver.
I like Denver.
You like smoking weed?
I hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta live in Denver? Do you ski?
Yeah, snowboard.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would like living out
I,
there.
I,
love to
I think
ski.
I need mountains in my life, and there's something about seeing a fucking giant mountain that you're like, oh, I'm small. All my problems are small.
It's the best. It's
I'm
like,
like-
it's like a starry night. It's like looking at
Yeah,
the stars.
exactly.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back to the East Coast?
If comedy in Austin stays this way, which I think it's going to, or even get better, there's no reason to leave.
I
In my
know.
opinion, it's 4 hours to New York, 4 hours to LA. It's like not a problem.
I'm kinda with you, dude.
I'm about to. I want to get if we're going by the tarot card reading, money's coming, work is coming, and I'm always going to keep an apartment or a place here, and then just go anywhere else I need to.
I would like to have a little house here and just even like a 1-bedroom in New York would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I do love New York. I wish the comedy in New York was like it is here.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have left.
Right.
But I do like
No,
it
you
here.
definitely wouldn't have left.
No, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah, because that's the only reason you came here, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
though, I
you're
really
right.
do think that like the comedy here, from what I've heard, is like New York back in the day. It's like we have all these clubs here. You're going from spot to spot every night, and it's just like you get to hang out. People are out late. It's a good time. It's like this is New York, 1998, honey.
Yeah. Well, when I first moved to New York, even which was 2017, it was a more hang. It was better. It was more of a vibe. It was
Yeah.
more like this. I don't think that it was ever. I like it. I still think it's better here.
You're
but
also going to be like, once you get fully integrated into the scene, you're just going to be out every single night stopping by shows, and people are going to be like, oh, do you want to go come to a spot? It's going to be much more like pop, pop, pop,
That's
pop, pop.
fun too.
Yeah.
There's too many comics in New York. I know
Yeah.
people think there's a lot here. There's a million in New York,
Yeah.
and people don't just throw you up like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every now and then, but not like here.
That is part of my job. If I have the night off, I literally will come down. I start at the creek, and then I work it down to all the clubs. Just going there, shaking hands, seeing people.
That's smart.
And I'll tell you this: if I don't get up that night, I almost always get booked for something else because you're gonna walk by a bunch of comics, and comics just forget. So then they see you, and they're like, "Oh, come to my show tomorrow, or do this, blah blah blah." blah. So just being out always helps.
Yeah, for sure. I have another question for you guys. Are you liberals or conservative? Where do you?
Oh, I said, does it hurt?
Because you had that chick on. It was I can't get a read on you.
Blair
Where do you
White?
stand?
Yes. I am. I don't know if there's. I am. He doesn't know anything, so he
No, I
doesn't actually
do.
have a side. My thing is, I vote. No, I don't vote, but I would want to vote for a Democrat if they weren't the fucking worst.
That's a good take. Yeah.
I went to Portland, Oregon because I was the most liberal person in my small town of Massachusetts, and being around all of those crazy liberal people made me be like, y'all are fucking nuts. I'm never going to vote Republican because they're like weird Christians and always trying to put their laws, and I don't like that we don't actually have a separation of church and state, and that's my biggest issue. But also, Democrats are not winners, and they don't know how to win, so I
No.
guess I'm a centrist.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm like, I just want
I'm
to
a
have
centrist
fun.
in that
I
I
would
hate
like a
both
Mitt
sides.
Romney type Republican, like a John McCain Republican who is like, let's lower taxes, we'll leave you alone, do your thing over there, smaller government. But they didn't want to, like, there's no, like, lock up gay people. And
Yeah,
no
that
abortions.
part, I'm like, guys, I would be on
You gotta
your
have
vo-
abortions.
I vote for the taxes stuff, whatever, smaller government. I go, stop trying to lock us up.
No, they really upped it a notch the last few years. They got crazy again.
Yeah.
They're getting wild, dude.
Yeah.
I also feel like comic is its own kind of political party because we just chop down every single idea at the knees.
Yeah, and also it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's our job to kind of like think bigger than, this is my belief and I'm not going to stick by it. It's like, I'm willing to sit down with anybody. And that's why when people got mad at us for like having Blair White on, it was like, what do I care? It's like, we're having a conversation with somebody who is part of the zeitgeist. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not
Who got mad at you? Like,
just
A
people are
lot.
commenting, being like, I can't believe you guys would platform her. I'm like, well, she has millions of followers. She's more platforming us.
yeah. She's actually doing us a really big favor. So
But also, I feel like if you were doing like, let's say you got booked to do the Democratic National Convention, I feel like you would just go in and then make fun of all of the Democrats to their face.
Yeah, of course.
That's
we're
kind of the
we're like
vibe.
liberals that say retard, is what we always say.
that's pretty much me too. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I can't get past the abortion stuff.
Yeah.
And the guns. I mean, I'm really like I'm from New York, so I'm
Yeah.
like the guns thing freaks me
dude,
out.
I love guns.
I know. I think
You're gonna switch.
You
I'm
think so?
from
I was a gun
Jersey,
person.
and like I was like, there's no reason for anyone to have an AR-15.
Now that
But
I'm here,
then
I'm like,
once
glock,
you
glock,
get
glock.
here, it gets in your brain, dude. Because
I'm excited for this.
well, do you know what it is? It's like everybody has guns.
Yeah.
Like in New York, only really cops and bad guys have guns, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have a gun, but
No.
fucking these hillbillies have guns.
I
and
didn't
they
know one
love
person
it.
with a gun in New York.
Yeah, I know everyone I know has a gun.
Comedians should not have guns.
I agree. I
yeah.
agree. Well, they'll kill themselves.
I live,
It should be like, all right, background check. Oh, you do comedy? You can't have a gun.
Yeah, that should be part of like the mental health evaluation.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, do you do stand up? Have you
Yeah.
been to an open mic?
Yeah.
I walked in. I was like, Dean was supposed to go hunting, but he was at the house. I go, "What's going on, buddy? I thought you were going hunting." He goes, "No, I can't be alone with a gun right now." I was like, "That's like really
Jesus.
good. That's really good."
Yeah.
because like
Good.
he sleeps with a gun underneath his pillow. There's just like guns stashed. We were going shooting one day, and he had me pick up the guns, and like the places he has them are insane.
You were telling me this that you like open a kitchen cabinet like there's a fucking gun in there.
Yeah.
Welcome to Texas.
That's insane.
yeah. There's just guns everywhere, and it's so fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we only have our final segment, which is our classic segment everybody loves, which is, if you were a gay man, would you rather have sex with me or Colton?
And
Colton's bottoming, I'm topping. We both love oral.
Bottoming, topping,
Classic straight guy.
oral. Sorry.
Do you know what it all is?
Yes, I do. But I had to refresh my memory. Oh, man. I think Colton. Sorry. I'm sorry. I really, you're
you
the
don't
man.
have to say why. You don't have to say why.
No, because I am like a guy, and you have a great personality. Not that you don't, Colton. But Dylan rules. But I am just a guy, and Colton's a kind of a piece, man. Colton's a hot guy. I also don't think I'm ready to be topped.
For sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good for you for
That's
knowing who
fine.
you are.
That's-
The reason we said don't say anymore is that almost every single person is like, I want to have sex with Colton, but Dylan, I would marry you.
Yeah.
But it's every single person. Eventually, like, okay, so our feelings get hurt every single time. They're like,
Because all Colton wants is the one. and all
Colton would be
Dylan
the
wants is
guy that I
other.
brag to people I banged. You'd be the person I settle down with.
yeah,
Yep, we know.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same answer every time. I'm not hot. Colton sucks to talk to. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep,
At least
yep,
we
yep,
know
yep.
who we are.
Yes.
Thank you for holding my hand. We never do.
So do they.
And so do they.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, thank you guys for listening. Do you want to plug anything?
Rough Week Podcast. Please listen
Very
to
funny
it.
podcast.
They did it. Our episode, Rough Week Podcast. Colton and Dylan were on it. It was a great episode. We've had a bunch of comics on. Listen to it. Check it out. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Bye
Oh,
byes.
Okay. At Colton down.
Oh yeah, I'm Colton Downing.
Yeah. At Dylan P. Carlino.
The Jimmy Clifford.
Follow us on YouTube, guys, please, and put a comment. Okay. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.
No.